Welcome everybody. We have a new player in our midst. David, good day to you. Welcome. Now,
hello, everyone in the audience.
of which there are zero.
All three of them.
I bring many followers. For those who don't know me, I bring many followers.
Ah,
Oh, fantastic. Now, I have got zero followers. I really don't care. So, a quick resume. Last time the team were in Emon, they were recuperating from the attack on the Scar and the cleansing of some of Thordak's damage. Some of you got haircuts, some of you got new clothes, some of you spent some time again in the spa. Bazir was out training Roche and missed the notice on the notice boards concerning a test dungeon in the Magical Academy. And the team were tasked to go and see Merrick, who is a rather larger-than-life, full of himself individual. They went to see him, and basically they have been tasked with surviving or getting through the test dungeon. If they do, they will get a retainer, argued up to 2,000 gold pieces each. There was some delay waiting for the Dragonborn to turn up, but he was not to be seen. So the team went into the test dungeon anyway, and in typical Wafflehauser style, they decided to do all three puzzles in the first room at the same time. And I think it'll be fair to say it didn't go particularly well.
Hey, 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
it was super time efficient.
Song. And they then decided to start working together and managed to get across a rather cunning trap, which was a pit with reverse gravity on it. And they are standing there at the moment. Meanwhile, in the port of Emon, the ocean spraylet, a coast-hunging trireme docks with its cargo. A rather seasick elf staggers off the boat onto the quayside. He's never been into a city the size of Emon before. And he walks into the port of Emon, along some of the lanes, into the market area. He is obviously from outside of this region. And he's very quickly fingered by the Clasp, who are the local thief guild. And what I'm going to do actually is go straight to an encounter. And Fen, you are set upon by a number of thugs. And one of them catches you round the back of the head with a kosh and you lose consciousness. Bazir, you are going back to the Vieux Croc, the inn. You see an altercation in the market area, and an elf is being set upon in an alleyway and has been knocked unconscious.
Oh, well, probably deserved it. I'm kidding, of course.
So you're on Roche at the moment, resplendent in your gleaming, freshly polished plate armor.
I will make my way over there.
Okay. Bash, bash, bash. What are you going to do?
Oi! What are you doing there? Leave him alone.
Go away, none of your business.
It's my business. He just got off a boat 2 seconds ago and you're already attacking him.
Yeah, he's got coin.
He does have coin, it's not yours.
And one of them takes a bag of coins from this unconscious elf. He comes, his eyes open, and he sees 5 thugs around him. As a dragonborn in plate armor on a warhorse close by. Fen, what do you wish to do? You are on the floor.
Yeah.
You are at the moment just being searched and manhandled.
Okay. I will say to them, goodness me, gentlemen, what a terrible introduction to your fair city. But you must know that I didn't come alone. And whilst I don't look particularly intimidating myself, I think you find some of my entourage are rather more terrifying. And I will cast a spell.
Okay. What are you going to cast?
I am going to cast Fear.
Okay. What is your DC, please?
It is 15.
15. Okay.
It's a wisdom save. It covers a 30-foot cone. I presume that will cover.
So, okay, so they're all close by. You can catch 3 of them. What
Yep.
are the components for this spell?
Well, I would hope I would simply be holding my staff, but the components that are required without are a white feather or the heart of a hen.
Okay, do you have a white feather on you?
Almost certainly.
Okay, could you make a sleight of hand check, please, to see if you can get it out before they notice what you're doing?
Yes, one moment. That's a 13.
Okay, well, one of them sees you doing this, and he goes to hit you with his kosh. And as you're on the floor, he has advantage, but rolls a grand total of 9 to hit.
That does not.
And his kosh hits the ground, and you cast Fear, and 3 of them run off. There's one still there, holding on to you, with a kosh in one hand, and a large 7'2" dragonborn on a horse behind him. He doesn't need a spell to make him run away, and he sees that the table has turned, and he just scarpers off into the darkness of the alleyways.
You're right down there.
Ah, yes. Thank you ever so much for coming in attendance. You just gave me the moment I required to collect myself.
Yeah, what did you do?
I gave them a glimpse of things they wouldn't enjoy. I don't know what each of them saw, but it was enough to put them off.
Oh, very well.
Do you want to describe yourself to the Dragonborn and Bazir? Do you want to describe yourself back?
Oh, sure, you go ahead.
I am indeed an elf, probably about 5'8", fairly slight build, dressed in sort of silver grey robes, which look reasonably well made, but nothing overly extravagant, not particularly showing off. Holding a staff which has an upside down crescent moon upon it, tied across with a bowstring, and a small pack on my back, and then my hair is tied up, but it is all clearly sort of pale silver white, and green eyes.
Oh, wicked.
And at present, there is splashes of mud on these pristine grey clothes and on the face as well. You're lying in a pool of mud in the muddy floor of an alleyway in the port of Emon.
Well, I must stand and clean myself down and hopefully find some accommodation somewhere. Do you know of anywhere suitable?
I certainly can help you there. I mean, that was quick even for the local thugs to jump on you. Best not to travel alone until you know your way around.
I do have some companions, so I did have some companions somewhere, but I'm not sure where they've gone for the moment.
Okay, I know a lovely tavern to stay in. It's somewhat safer than the streets.
I suspect nowhere could be better than the streets. Well, yes, I'm happy to follow.
Okay.
So you follow the. So Bazir reaches down and pulls you up out of the mud. He's resplendent in his armour, freshly oiled. The water is dripping off. Barely touching him, barely feeling it. He's used to being uncomfortable. You follow behind him, to the side of him, I should say, feet squelching in the mud of the road. And shortly you get to a rather plain looking tavern called Le Vieux Croc. And a young stable hand takes Roaches, who's the name of the horse's reins, from Bazir, and Bazir and Fen go into the tavern. Bazir, your friends aren't there.
We'll make to the friendly innkeep and inquire then.
Hello! Hello! You're the Dragonborn, aren't you? Yeah, Bazir. Yeah, your friends have gone off.
Any ideas where they do tend to run away every now and then?
Well, I don't know. They took something off the notice board and had a look. I think it was going to see the hold it. And he reaches into his under his jacket, and he gets his rat out and starts to talk to his rat. Yeah. It was going. Yeah, that's right. It was going to the Magical Academy. I think they were. I think they're trying their hands at that dungeon that everybody's having a go at. Fat chance they'll do that.
Oh, of course they are. Chance of a dungeon. There they go.
Well, yeah, I see you're too sensible to do that. I know you brought a friend with you. Greetings to you, sir.
Greetings, my good man. Tell me, were you taking advice from the rat?
Yes, yeah, so he puts him away.
Curious customs you have round here. Splendid.
Yes, well, he's an old friend.
Greetings. My name is Fen, and this Dragonborn recommends your establishment.
Well, of course he does, because it's the best in the area. What do you think?
I've seen in the area. There are others?
And you can see it's morning, and some of the tables have already got some sailors on. In fact, you recognise one of them from the boat that you came in on. And actually, could you make a insight roll for me, please?
Yes. $15.
Okay, so you look at him and you recognise him. He recognises you, and he looks a little bit shocked to see you here. I suppose like, okay. And he gets up, finishes his drink, and just walks out straight away.
As he goes to leave, I would like to cast message so that only he will hear. And I will say, I know it was you that tried to set me up.
Okay, so Fen gets out a bit of copper wire from a hidden pocket, and he puts it to his mouth and he starts to twang it. And this sailor walking out looks round startled and runs off. You can't help but chortle.
You really are good at scaring people.
Yes, it is a talent, shall we say.
Well, I wonder if you wouldn't mind helping me.
Well, one good turn deserves another. You have shown me the first kindness I have seen on your continent.
Well, it appears that my friends have gone off to seek their newest fortune, which does mean they are almost certainly in trouble. What I've seen you do is quite impressive so far in such a short amount of time. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a hand, I think we could help them.
I would be delighted to join you, sir. That is very kind of you.
You are quite hungry, Fen. You have just got off the boat. You've been eating tack and water and grog, which is not really your thing for the last few weeks, and you could really do with some proper food.
Barkeep. What was the barkeep's name?
Marshall.
Marshall. Marshall. Do you do food to go? Something for the hungry traveller?
Well, we do food here.
Is there anything portable amongst your food?
And he gets a like half a loaf of bread, which is a day old, and slams it on the counter. So it sounds hard. Well, it is.
Your generosity, sir, knows no bounds.
That'll be 4 copper pieces as well. And he smiles a toothy smile, some blackened teeth.
I will give him the 4 copper pieces and say, I suppose a sit-down meal is out of the question.
Yeah, you can have. I could do a sit-down meal for 10 copper pieces.
I was
Have
talking
some
to my
glass
dragon.
too.
I'm sorry, innkeep. I was talking to my dragonborn friend who seemed to be in a bit of a hurry. I didn't want to keep him.
Bazir?
Sorry, I may have missed that last bit then. I am still here. I finally have a wireless headset, so I never miss a beat. Though I did then, apparently. Sorry, did someone say something to me then? Did I miss that?
I thought your friends needed help with haste. With some haste, I got the impression from you. Or do we have time to sit and sup?
I mean, it's usually a bit of a rush where they're concerned. But if you're extremely hungry, then absolutely we can sit down and get you something a bit more filling.
I tell you what, I will take this delicious loaf of bread, hand 4 copper pieces to the innkeep, and we will go.
Well, if
You
you
have great faith in your friends.
If you have food, then I will let you restore your spells back up.
Jolly good.
Yep.
I will do that then.
So you have a hearty a bowl of stew of some random meat. Do you want to try and identify the meat?
Yes.
You probably better not to. Do you have nature skill?
No, I don't.
No, you have no idea what it is. It's not really to your taking, but it is refreshing. It is hearty, and it is the best food that you've had in some weeks. And you finish the meal, 10 copper pieces lighter, and you go and follow Bazir. Bazir, are you still in your armour?
Yep.
Okay, clanking like a steam engine. Bazir leads you to a part of the town which he's been to before, and he knows where the magical academy is. And you follow him. It is still raining. It is a dull, cold autumnal day. You get to this large building with marble facades. There are glyphs carved into the walls magically. There is a sphinx over the front arch which you walk through, and there is a door. And on this door you see written in, strangely enough, Fen, what languages do you speak?
Elvish, Sylvan, and Draconic, as well as
Okay, so
Common.
you see written in Draconic and Sylvan, put your hand here to enter. And there is a handshake glyph on the door.
I will say, presumably we are in the right place, and I will put my hand forward.
Bong! There's a distant bell bonging. And after a couple of minutes, the door opens. And you see this middle-aged, early grey-haired, grey-robed man there, and goes, "What do you want?" And then he looks past you and sees the Dragonborn and goes, "Ah, Are you come to join your friends?
Yes, indeed.
I didn't expect two of you, but come on. And he just opens the door to let you in, and you go in, closes the door, and he just walks off, expecting you to follow him. Do you do so?
I say, thank you, young man, and I follow him.
Follow
And
along.
he leads you down wide corridors with pictures of famous or were famous and sorcerers and wizards from over the years. He doesn't mention them at all. He just walks past them. Could you both make perception rolls for me, please?
Perception. Okay. Pop.
21 for Fen.
Okay.
18.
Okay. So you both see as you're rushing past, Bazir, you are clanking, making a lot of noise. You're going past. You both see one of the portraits, rather than a humanoid individual, is a mage hand floating in the air with a slug on it, wearing a small robe and a small chain. And then you move on to further down the corridor. You pass a couple of school classes and you can hear the children laughing and the occasional bang and whiz as experiments go wrong. And you get taken to the headmaster Merrick's office, which is a combination of classroom and office. It's very cluttered. Inside, you see this gentleman, very, very well presented, sitting there over a scroll, writing something down. To the side next to him, you see a circle with arcane writing on. And Fen, you recognise this as a teleportation circle. And right next to where this man is sitting, you see a round sphere, which is in a mahogany stand. And you both look at it, and you can see, Bazir, you can see your compatriots in that sphere, slightly distorted because of the shape, but you can see them. And you see them standing in a corridor and next to a burning torch. Ah! You must be the Dragonborn!
Hello.
Come to join your friends and colleagues. Ah! And I'm not sure I know who you are, but welcome anyway. And he goes up to you and he pumps both of your hands really very vigorously. Welcome, welcome, welcome! Now you're going to join your friends. Come along in, come along. And he just ushers you both towards the teleportation circle. Do you let him do that?
I will attempt to get his attention with a quickly, sir. What have they got themselves into this time?
Oh, don't you know that you're doing the training dungeon to see whether you want to work for us in the future? Off you go.
Okay, Fen, I have found that often with these things, just taking the plunge tends to work out.
Well, wonderful. This is a most exciting adventure already. I suppose I'll take the plunge, as you put it. Tell me the armor. Is it a greeting or a warning that it makes such noise?
It tends to be a warning to my enemies that they hear me from quite a distance.
I'm sure they do. Who is this fine gentleman who is escorting us to this teleportation circle?
So, I'm Merrick. I'm the headmaster here. I'm in charge. I do everything. I vet you people. I look after the students. I'm very, very, very famous. You must have heard of me. You are of an arcane persuasion. Are you a member of our esteemed establishment? I'm not sure I recognise you.
I'm afraid I'm new to these lands, sir. But perhaps I might assist these fellows, and then introductions could be made more formally.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, well, in for a penny, in for a gold piece, as they say. And he looks up to you and he gets very, very close. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, you're of an arcane persuasion. I have to say, you noticed something about your styling. That robe is really a little bit last year. But anyway, off we go. Have you heard of me, by the way?
I fear the robes are last century, sir, and no, your name must have slipped by.
Oh, Well, he must be from a long way away. Okay, on we go. Get in there. I've got to keep. Oh, and he looks back at the. He looks back at the crystal ball, and he goes back to his parchment and he writes something down. I'll be keeping an eye on you, and I'll be scoring you along the way. I can tell you now, your friends, and he talks to Bazir. Your friends haven't actually done very well so far.
Oh, that is surprising.
Okay, so you step into the teleportation circle, unless you choose not to.
Yep.
Wonderful. Off you go. I will keep in contact with you. And there is a sudden feeling of vertigo, and you stumble forward, and you find yourself where you see yourself now.
Okay.
Okay. Bazir, have you got your sword out?
If it's dark, then yes, I would draw the
There's a
sword.
burning torch behind you.
Then no.
Okay. So you are where you are. Can we go back to the other people here now? So, Dak, Jordan, Womble, and Fabius. You've successfully traversed the pit, the reverse gravity pit. What are you going to do? You see, you're on a corridor with a torch.
Right.
There's a door at the end of it.
I am going to check out these doors and investigate them because they're starting to actually throw stuff at us now.
Guidance.
Hello?
Okay. I did hear somebody say guidance in the background.
Yep, that was me. Yep.
Okay, so you're going to investigate those doors, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So could you make a investigation roll, please?
Yes, I can. So that is 20 plus 4. 24.
Okay. Okay, well, you look at these doors. They look like plain double doors. And you were about to say, everything is clear, where you see a small silver wire attached to it.
Aha.
You trace that wire, and it goes to a hole.
Ah. Is there any way I can safely cut the wire and disable
Whether you could have a go.
the trap?
You want to make
I
a
will...
thieves' tool skill check, please?
Oh,
Guidance.
of course.
Guidance for everything.
Thank you. Right, so that is 34.
34.
Bloody hell.
So you get 2 pliers and a pair of scissors, and you cut the wire, and you hear this almost inaudible click, and something goes and breaks. Well done, everybody! That was great. I thought that was going to get you. And another mouth appears.
Almost fell off my chair when that come on.
Okay, we go back. Bazir and Fen. Okay,
Yes.
you're in a small 10-foot by 10-foot room. There is a door in front of you.
Just to check, those are your lips, aren't they, Mike?
Oh, absolutely. Smiling makes my face ache. So what are you guys doing?
Well, I'll have a little look around the room.
Okay, there is a torch and a door, and that is it. You can see the door is slightly ajar.
Okay. Okay, Fen, I feel like there's only one way to go here.
I couldn't agree more. Straight through the door, I would think.
Okay, so move yourself.
Oh, God.
Okay. I am used to going first, so I'm going to walk forward. I'm going to take my sword out and poke the door
When you
open.
start moving, press Q,
Okay.
and each time you want to change direction, you press Q again, and then if you press X, you can see your path that you've taken. Okay.
Oh, so you kind of... Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, I have a whole load of square pictures of people in front of me here.
Square pictures in front of you.
There are everybody's names and the pictures of their avatars are all covering the whole map screen area currently.
Ooh.
Okay. Obviously, what sort of computer are you using?
Oh, just an HP ProBook laptop.
It may It may be struggling with the software.
I can see a little bits of. What I'm
Hold
doing.
it. If you, is the
Oh,
right panel very large?
Is the right panel very large?
Yeah.
No, I've just got map up now.
Okay, because you can actually you can make that right panel bigger or smaller by just sliding it.
Oh, with the journal and things like that
Yeah.
in, yeah. No, it's not that. On the main part of the screen where I've got the map, I have 7 avatars up, DM, DAC, with some people have pictures, and then Jordan and I have some psychedelic pattern.
Yeah,
But all
I've not
that-
yet put a picture up for me.
All that is just covering most of the
Oh,
map.
hold it. Yeah. So you got DM, DAC, Jordan, Fabius, Bazir, Womble, David T at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to minimize those.
How do I do?
I think you click them.
Oh, I think you can go into settings.
Go into
and then
settings. Go into settings. And
right at the bottom, you've got chat avatars. You can make it names only, so the icons will disappear.
It's oh, here we go. Names only. Ah, thank
here
you.
we go.
Okay.
He's not just a pretty face.
Woo. Got it.
Okay, so you guys start moving. So do you want to just move yourself around?
I did indeed. I'm not sure what's supposed to be happening with Q.
Hold it.
Q tells you how far you've moved, does it?
It did the first time I pressed it, and now it doesn't work again.
Blimey. Oh, we seem to be dragging an eldritch symbol with us currently.
Oh, good.
I think that was me. Okay, so charge. Okay, so you're in the room. You see Eldritch symbol on the floor. You see some. Did you listen to last week's session?
I did, yeah.
So you know what's going on in here. There are 3 platforms with puzzles on the top.
Yep.
At the moment, they are whirring a little bit and resetting. And what I'm going to do is, if you're all right, I'm just going to take you through this door here.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm going to take you through here. And you go through this door and you see your colleagues there. There's a pit between you. And you see Fabius is just playing with the door with Dak next to him.
Hello.
Ah! Oh, fuck.
Hey, you found us.
Whoa, where have you been?
I've been busy, as have you.
Oh, who's the elf?
You changed your hair.
Yeah,
I like
makes
it.
me look more intimidating.
You just see me standing behind
Something like
Fabius,
that.
just sort of like shaking my hand side to side. I'm like, yeah.
This is Fen. Fen, this is the Waffle House.
Ah, an exotic name. Does it mean something?
No.
You'll find out.
Is this who you've been spending all your time with, Baz?
Oh dear.
Huh?
We've just met.
I don't believe it.
We have
You
just
leave me for a day and you come back with a new. What the hell is he?
Do you have a duck?
No, he's Sir
Yes.
Fetched. He's not a duck. He's Sir Fetched, the protector of leaks.
He's a dungeon duck. Don't worry.
Yes,
Dungeon duck.
he is a dungeon delving duck.
Okay.
Seems no odder than the rat running the bar we met earlier.
That guy's quite peculiar.
I maybe should have warned you, Fen, about this lot.
What's that
Maybe-
supposed to mean?
Nothing. I whispered that.
No, he's right in a sense.
After many weeks with sailors, they seem positively normal.
Huh. Oh, they won't. Okay. So everyone, this is Fen.
Hey,
Hello.
So you're shouting across a pit.
We are. What's going on with the pit?
you fall up.
I
You
tell him,
fall up.
just let him do it. He's a betrayer.
Keep it down, you. I'll be over there in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
How far is that?
it's magic. It makes you fall upwards rather than down.
Right.
We came over on a rope, but you're quite a bit heavier than us.
What are you saying?
Oh well, mostly you wear a lot of metal on you, makes you heavy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No offense.
2 ropes then.
That could work.
Just a full on rope bridge.
How far up is the
I
ceiling?
suppose.
So the ceiling here, this corridor is 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. There's a pit in front of you, which is 10 feet, goes down 10 feet. And the bottom of the pit is pristine clean. If you look up, there is a hole in the ceiling, goes up another 10 feet. And on that you see a couple of ball bearings, some bits of paper and some pencils.
But the ceiling is flat right across above the...
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Okay.
Why don't you tie a rope around yourself and jump? And as you're getting hoisted in the air, we pull and bring you back forward.
What's the opposite of jump?
Fall.
Is there a way to fall? Because obviously if I jump, I'm just propelling myself to the ceiling.
No, but that's the idea. So you tie a rope around yourself, you give the other end to us, and as you jump and you get picked up, we will then pull you so you land safely.
But am I not adding force to me falling upwards if I jump?
Maybe,
If you know what I mean.
Just jump down.
but
That's what I meant.
But then you'll get hoisted in the air.
Well, I'll get hoisted in the air no matter what, won't I? Especially if I
But
jump.
if you have a rope round, we pull you mid-jump, we could probably get you before the force turns you upside down.
How are we to have one end of the rope though,
Well, so we just throw one end of the rope to him, he
and it falls up
catches,
into
and
the
then
pit?
we hold the other end. Yeah,
Do you have a rope there on the other side?
We do.
and
Yeah.
I reach into my bag, 40 foot of hempen rope.
Could I
Well,
cast
Get my crossbow.
Mage Hand to take hold of that rope,
You certainly
one
can.
end of it, and then bring Mage Hand back over?
So
Presumably the... Pardon?
a spectral hand appears in front of Fen with a slight greenish tinge to it. Long, spindly fingers, which float towards Fabius. Fabius, what are you going to do? The hand is imploring.
I've seen Mage Hand before, or I let him have it, and I
Okay.
hold the other end.
Okay, so you can take the rope back without a problem. As you can see, when you pull the rope back across the pit, rather than sagging downwards, it actually sags upwards.
But it does so without not an abnormally high amount of gravity. It's just a usual amount of gravity.
Make an intelligence roll.
Just a straight intelligence
Right,
check.
intelligence roll.
21.
Oh, it seems like the world's upside down there.
Okay,
Seems
but
like
nothing.
just a normal sort of gravity, yeah.
Fantastic. Great. Do you need a hand tying the rope around yourself, Bazir?
Don't touch him.
Don't worry about him.
I'm very confused. I feel
It'll
I've upset
become
your
clear.
friend in some way.
He's more than just a friend, but he's fine. It's cool.
Ah, jealous lovers.
That is my husband you're talking to.
Ah, very good. Splendid. Well, I'm so sorry. We have, as he says, literally only just met.
I'll be the judge of that.
I appreciate the androgyny of the elves can sometimes be beguiling, but he has made no moves upon me, and his intentions seemed harmless in the street.
Your words confuse me. I'm just gonna back away. That's all right, Sir Fetched. He's a weird man.
Have a
Don't
look.
look at him.
Okay. Yes, if you wouldn't mind helping me tie this around me, I've fell foul of my own knots in the past.
I'm happy to help.
Okay, so you tie a tight knot around Bazir. Okay, Bazir, what are you going to do?
I'm not entirely sure. If I'm honest, it seems like I'm walking towards this pit. I've been told to jump, but that doesn't seem to make sense to me because gravity goes up now. So I'm leaping towards my own doom,
Cool.
it seems to me.
So quickly to explain. In this pit, gravity is reversed. So when you jump, you're going to start being picked up rather than fall down. As you're getting picked up, the four of us on our side are going to pull the rope tug of war style. So you are pulled forward and out of the gravity where you will land safely.
That sounds good to me. I heard
So-
land safely, so
So you jump in here, you go down.
okay.
So you turned into a Dalek, Fabius.
Grab up, and then everyone is happy.
Okay, I got the gist of it. I got the gist of it. So I will take a run and a leap.
So you're leaping upwards, leaping downwards.
I've been told to leap, so I'm going to leap. I'm going to jump in the only way that I know what jump is to mean, is that I will run to the edge and then propel myself upwards.
As he jumps,
Okay, so
I will get everyone to pull the rope. Yank him.
okay, so Bazir, you clank along. You take a running jump. They have the rope in their hands.
Yep.
And as you suddenly realise that one of the major flaws in this plan is as you run towards you, this rope suddenly goes very slack, and you jump upwards, and suddenly you propel upwards and crack yourself on the ceiling. You take 4 damage as you fall upwards, and you are effectively now on the ceiling, and a
Okay.
10-foot pit.
So did I jump directly at the ceiling and hurt myself?
So basically, you jumped upwards, and as soon as you got over the pit, you shot up and hit the ceiling.
So exactly what I thought was going to happen happened.
Correct.
Good. Okay.
And 4 damage.
Okay. Thanks.
You jumped wrong.
You told me to jump.
You jumped before any of us were ready on our end. So I'm pulling this slack rope as you're
So you got a rope
running
now.
towards me.
Use
It
that to
doesn't make a
climb out
difference. You
if you
told me
wish.
to jump.
I say that was a very scholarly thing to do. You knew you'd hurt yourself, and yet you still committed to trying.
I trusted my friends. They told me to jump, and jump
Well,
I
that
did.
was your first mistake.
Yeah.
Well, at least you've got a rope to climb up now.
Climbing down.
Well,
Climbing down, damn it. This is why jumping doesn't work.
Up and down is all relative. It's up to you.
So you can climb out of the pit. You have a rope to climb out with.
Yes.
Okay, can you make an acrobatics roll, please?
What's the best way of doing that? Let's do it this way. Skill check, acrobatics. That is a 15.
15. So you climb upwards out of the top of the pit, and you have the sense to sling your legs downwards when you get over out of the pit and over the corridor, and you fall down onto the ground without taking any damage.
Okay. Alright, Fen, your turn. Don't jump.
Well, this time we'll go back to our original method, which is tie a rope on both the lanterns and just pull yourself across.
Yeah, that's
Unless you've got a better idea.
it's probably safer.
I don't know. He
As you
he
are
looks
doing
like a smart
this,
man.
I will simply utter a few words and hopefully reappear. A brief silvery mist will descend, and I shall reappear on the other side of the pit.
Okay.
Or that.
So boop, suddenly, right next to you, the elf appears.
Haha. You're one of those magic type folks. Oh, that would be useful.
You have met an elf before, sir.
Oh, I think I've met a couple. You don't tend to leave Singorn that much.
Don't tend to.
You mostly keep to Singorn. You don't really come out.
You would know Singorn is an elf city in Taldori, but you have never been there.
Ah, yes, your great elven city. I would see its majesty someday, sir.
Oh, I take from your response, you're not from Singorn.
Indeed not. A little further afield, I fear.
Oh,
Hence the strange accent.
interesting. Well, oh, I hadn't noticed. I'm Fabius, by the way. Hello.
Greetings, Fabius. You were fiddling with the door earlier.
Yes, I'm sort of good at things like that. I'm all right. Just keep me out of the way. I'm usually good at getting things done. I'm just gonna open the door now. Thanks. And I will open the door now that it's safe.
Okay.
He's looking really embarrassed that you so easily just stepped across that, and now he's got a
you
massive
all
bump
made
on
it
his head.
across. Well done, everybody. Although with a few bruises. Just remember, of course, that sometimes next to traps there may be things to find. Gosh, I'm good at this.
Is that the voice of the slightly poncy fellow who got us through the...
Yes, it is. It's exactly that voice.
It is that voice, is it? Okay.
And you recognise that as a magic mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just going to go through, yeah?
I don't know. There's something there which is very ominous. I'm going to have another look to see if I missed anything.
Guidance.
What are you going to look for?
Well, he said that there's other things next to traps, so I'm going to follow the wire I cut and see if it leads to anything except for the
Okay.
track
It
mechanism.
just leads to a, well, could you, it leads, so on the wall, the north wall, it just leads to a small hole, but could you make an investigation roll, please?
Yes, I can.
Guidance.
24.
24. As you're trying to follow the wire around, you see that some of the bricks are slightly displaced.
Aha. I will pull out my dagger and start jimmying the bricks to move them out of the way.
It easily rotates, and a section of wall to the north of you opens up into a small room.
Aha.
Which there's a small room with a majestic carpet in front of you. There's a torch burning, an ever-burning torch on the wall. Underneath that, there is a chest.
I'm just going to take a copper piece out and flick it into the center of the carpet.
Into the center.
I'm going to take a Yep.
So I keep losing you.
Sorry, is my connection not very good? Let me try something. Right, can you hear me better now?
Yep.
I'm going to take a copper piece and flick it into the center of the carpet here.
Okay. So, ding, 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 ding. So the copper piece just lands there. Slightly dull and unimpressive compared to the majesty of the carpet.
Any displacement on the carpet?
Make a perception roll, please.
Guidance.
Oh, it doesn't help. That's a natural 1.
I'm going to get fed up saying that.
It's a natural 1, so that is 7.
7. It nestles onto the carpet right in the centre. It's reasonably good throw, but you can't see it do very much. looks
Brilliant.
safe enough.
Right, I will step in. I will step into the room.
Yep. Okay. Step in.
And onto the carpet, pick up my
Yep.
bronze piece again.
Yep.
And I'm going to go examine this chest.
Okay.
Is it does it look locked or trapped?
Let me just. As you touch it, it reaches out for you. It opens.
Oh dear.
Opens, and a long tongue comes out with teeth,
Oh, it's a goddamn
and it
mimic.
goes to attack you. And for some reason, it's not letting me do that. So that is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so you get hit with the tongue, which tries to stick but actually doesn't manage to succeed. But you get bitten by this creature. It is a mimic, and it does 7 damage.
Well, I'm going to uncanny dodge that to
Okay.
reduce it down to 4.
Okay,
Or
so it's
3,
just-
whichever it is.
Okay, what are you going to do?
I am going to back off.
Okay, and as soon as you back off, it turns back into a chest again.
So I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
It's a mimic.
Yes! Ha ha! Always check for things. Things aren't always what they appear. I think I told you that yesterday. Gosh, aren't I wonderful?
Okay. Hey.
And it's just not moving. It's not coming towards you. It's just there.
Can I snap my fingers if I could see
Right.
into the room?
Sorry?
Can I just snap my fingers if I could see into the room and cast a minor illusion next to the mimic?
Yep.
Does it react?
It doesn't do anything.
Oh! Can I throw a leak at the minor illusion?
Okay, throw a leak at the minor illusion.
Nothing happens.
Could you make a attack roll, please?
Sure. Oh god, just an attack roll. Oh god, that's just one of them, isn't it? What am I adding to it, if
Dexterity.
anything? Dexterity.
Okay, well, it's not difficult. Well,
it's
you
10.
hit the chest, and as you hit the chest, it opens up, and this is what this is. Let me just. It's not letting me show it to you. I will. Do you want me to show you a picture of what this looks like?
Go for it. More importantly, does it take any damage?
Yeah, takes 2 leak damage.
As you do that, it hits it, and this thing appears. So if you go and look at the chat thing,
Oh, nice.
so that appears, and the leak goes into its mouth and it starts munching,
Shoot the bloody thing.
and then it stops. Sorry,
Shoot the bloody thing. Someone.
and then
We could
it turns out into a check. It's just not chest. It's just not moving. It's just staying there.
Maybe we should just leave that one be.
Could I try and cast message on it and see if it has any sort of intelligence to respond back to me?
Okay, so what are you going to say to it?
I'm going to say, hello, strange chest. Are you holding anything of use to
Okay.
travellers?
Could you make an intelligence roll for me, please?
Yep. 11.
Okay. You get a garbled images coming back rather than speech. The overriding feeling you get is, I don't like leaks.
If you have anything else to feed it, you may get a cheerier response, but I don't think it's the brightest of chests.
It should join our party then, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should.
Okay.
Onward.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to gain much by harassing a
Yeah,
chest.
let's go.
Okay, so
Oh.
so you get to the door. Fabius has detected a trap and removed it. And you go through. Do you want to go into... who's going to go in first? Fabius.
I have gone in first.
Yeah, okay. Are you doing anything as you're going in?
I am looking round.
You're looking around. So, this is a room which is a large room, 60-foot square. You can see doors, north, south, east, and west wall. In the centre, there is a pedestal with a few buttons on it.
Oh boy, buttons!
Buttons to press, absolutely.
Button. Who's got the button?
Hey.
Like the strange yellow things, are they lanterns?
They're torches, yes. They're illuminating the area. Yes, those are torches. Yes, very common in dungeons. Clearly, you haven't been in that many. Now, and Merrick's voice echoes through the room once again via another magic mouth that's in this room. This room will test your general knowledge of combat and monsters you may meet.
We're all gonna die.
You may press any of the buttons to begin.
Touch them all, Fabius.
No, don't.
Fabius, go for it.
Okay, so you want to go in?
Yeah.
You're going to go in checking for traps, or are you just going to go
Yeah.
walking? Okay, so you're walking.
I will head over and examine these.
Okay.
As Fen is about to walk in, I'll say to him, it's like, Fen, we might go off on the wrong foot, but I've got the spell that gives me an extra armor. I don't know if you've got the same, but it might be good if you use it on yourself.
Extra armor.
Yeah, like kind of extra defense against any sort of physical attacks and of the sorts.
I have certain protective mechanisms available to me.
Okay, that is good to know. Damn it. Okay. Not to worry, Fen. Thank you.
Thank you for your kindness.
Yes. One will walk in.
Fen, can you make an insight roll, please?
Certainly.
I'm really sorry, by the way.
DC is about 2. No,
Yeah.
insane.
It's an 8.
Okay, an 8. Well, you're not so sure. He's a bit weird, this chap, but you're not that used to humans yet.
I'm very happy to make a performance roll.
Okay, so what are you doing? So Fabius is at a pedestal. It is a brass pedestal with 4 buttons on it, marked 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Before you press a button, is there anything to tell you what will appear when said button is pressed?
Yes, it's a good suggestion. It's a
Okay, make an investigation
good
roll.
idea. Is that me or
Whoever's doing
you?
that.
I suppose I'll do it.
Guidance.
Investigation.
I have to do next to him to give him guidance. It's a touch.
So 17.
Okay, so all you see is plain brass buttons with numbers on. You look, but you don't see anything else of their mundane nature.
Cool. 1 to 4. What's your lucky number, Mr. Elf? Sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Fen, my lucky number is 77.
Okay. If we reduce it down to a number between 1 and 4, which of those is your favourite?
I've always been partial to number 3.
Number 3 it is.
Number 3. You press the button in, and you hear a click. Take your finger off, and gradually the button comes back up again. You hear some whirring mechanism.
Could I just add that when I said the number 3, I winked at Womble.
Ah! Come on, we'll do an inside check. Where are the skill checks? There we go. Insight. It's a natural 20. Tell me what your wink was about.
I was teasing. I was really teasing.
Oh, one was losing his mind, even more so.
Something's gone wrong with this thing. Come on.
All that flirtatious winking.
So, that you hear this noise, and behind you, Dak, and next to you, Fen, this door here slides open. And
I saw that, Dak.
Yeah.
wrong thing. There we go. And inside that space, you see it slides away to reveal a large cube of what seems to be water held together by some magical means.
Ooh.
I'm just going to turn the music down slightly. But inside the cube floats some carved wooden bones and a wooden sign. Could you all roll perception, please?
Yep.
Those who can see, that's Fabius, Fen, and Dak.
17 for Fab.
17 for Dak.
And 10.
Okay, so Fabius and Dak both see written in common the words gelatinous cube. Could you roll for initiative, please?
Oh
Well, that's probably not good.
boy.
That's not a good number from the DM.
Never like to see that.
Need to do it on here.
Mine's on par with usual.
So Fen, you press your character and then hit the button that says initiative.
The macro might not be turned on for him.
What's my value? Do I need to put a plus in front or just?
Just what your
Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just do that. So this thing slides out first. Dunk, dunk, and it goes to attack. It's very slow moving, and it goes to attack you, Dak. This is rather annoying, but let's get that out of the way. Where's my roll? Ah, natural 1. There we go. It goes a bit of this liquid reaches for you, but misses you. And could you also make a dexterity roll for me? A dexterity roll for me, please. Saving throw.
Yeah, if I remember how to do that. Saving throws, dexterity, 17.
17.
Yes.
Okay. So you managed to dodge out the way. So I'm going to put you there as it comes through. Okay.
Good stuff.
Okay, now, though you could, Fabius and Dak, you've seen this. Do any of you have nature skill?
Yes.
No.
Okay, Dak, could you make a nature roll for me, please?
Yeah. That one. Can you do that on here? Is it that one? Yes. Nature. Oh, that's a 5.
Okay, so you've not come across these things before, but as you are doing that, yeah, you found the gelatinous cube. And he says, Merrick starts to speak to you, and he says that these things will ruin your weapons if you attack them, or your armor if you let them hit you. And be careful using certain weapons, as sometimes oozes will simply split into 2 pieces when cut or hit. You've got to work out what to do. This is fun. Yes, I'll have a refill. Thank you very much. Okay. So, who is next? It is Fen. What do you wish to do?
Well, I would imagine that it looks. I saw the elves that I know cast a lot of sort of cold magic. We used it protective once, but and as he's saying this, he's going to be backing steadily away.
Do you want to move yourself? You can move 30 feet, I believe.
Oh yeah, hang on. I need to press Q, don't I? And it'll
So
tell
you
me.
can just move it. You can just move it with the mouse buttons as well.
Okay.
Press Q on this one. You can just move it 30 feet.
Cool. Well, there we go. I think that's right.
Yeah.
I would imagine that we could turn it into some sort of ice cube, and I will cast Ray of Frost upon it if I can.
Okay. Is that you? Is that a to hit roll?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Hang
So
on.
far away. Make an attack roll.
I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. I'm doing this on. I'll try and do it on this roll 20. If I roll a. Do I click on the D20 and it'll bring up my?
If you just click on it, it will give you an attack roll, and if you hit, then you press the button. It'll tell you what it's going to do.
Hang on. Because I'm So right. Do I need to pull up the spell that I'm using?
Yep. You just click it.
Hang on. That's going to be in the journal, isn't it? Bear with me. Sorry, folks. Imagine Fen fumbling
What have we
around
got
with
next?
his staff and his spell. Ah, here we go. Somewhere.
I like to think he's saying all of this out loud as well.
What the hell's he on
Has
about?
Has that just done something?
It
Yes.
absolutely has,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course. You rolled 18. You hit it. It's a very slow moving, very large thing. It's about 10 feet. It's a 10-foot cube. Do you want me to picture what it looks like? Because I can do this. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so you've hit it. So how much damage is it? So if you press the bit that says Ray of Frost, it'll tell you what the damage is.
Yeah, except that's then on a completely different sheet that's vanished. It's if I do it on here, I can just roll. It's 2d8, I think.
Okay,
There you are. 12.
12 damage. So you
I
do,
enjoyed that.
you do 12 damage to it, and part of it is crystallized and frozen. Okay, Fen, you've done.
Yes, just to say that should reduce its speed by 10 feet.
Should it?
That's what the spell does.
Oh, right, that spells themselves. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so, and Womble, you'll go. What are you doing?
No. Can I come and stand right next to Fen?
Yeah,
Can I see the part that has been frozen?
yeah.
With my spell sniper feat, can I take aim and shoot directly? I only want to aim directly at the frozen part,
Okay, go for it.
if at all possible. I'll look at Fen and say, I'm going to hit the frozen part. I want to see what happens. And I will do a magic attack. Oh, I've got it. Oh, yeah. That just doesn't work.
So what are you doing? You're doing Eldritch
Oh, there we
Blast.
go. It did something. Aha! There we go. But it didn't roll.
No, that won't roll when you do that.
Sign. It's a 17 to hit.
That's a hit. Is that what you're
Excellent.
using?
Eldritch Blast, but I'm only hitting the frozen part.
But you get 2 attacks, remember?
Oh, yes, it is, isn't it? It's level 5, of course. 2 beams. Do they both hit, or is it only one?
You
Or
roll
do they
against the
twice?
second one as well.
Excellent. Spell attack again. It is an 11
It's
to
a
hit.
hit. It's easy to hit. That's 2d10 damage.
Brilliant. Only against the frozen part.
Yeah.
Sweet. 2d10. That's a 1. And a 1.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Okay, so you managed to. Your Eldritch Blast actually hits the ice and it just splinters the ice and knocks a bit of it off, not really doing a lot of harm to this cube, which is slowed down. You can see that the water underneath it is solidified into ice and it's struggling to move. Okay, Fabius.
Right. I am going to leave this to the magic
Oh, I've lost you there, Fabius.
people, and I'm going to rummage through my bag. I'm going to do nothing and keep away from it.
Okay, so you're going to keep away from it. Okay, Jordan, what are you going to do?
I am going to take a leaf from Fabius's book and get myself a bit more distance, and I will take a dodge if I need to.
A dodge. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and Bazir, what are you doing?
I'm going to make my way over here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold my action should he get within range. I'm going to take a swing, but I'm hoping that won't be the case.
Dak, what are you doing?
Oh, the cube is alive. The cube is alive.
Run,
I'm
run.
going to go this way.
Okay, are you just doing? Is that what you're going to do?
Uh,
Get an attack of opportunity when you do that,
oh, I thought it'd move me out of the way. Yeah, that's fine.
or are you going to disengage?
Yeah, I'll disengage.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you move 30.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's the turn of the gelatinous cube, and it's struggling. It can move 5 feet. There we go. Fen, your go.
I will look to hit it again. Why do something else? That seemed to work quite well.
Yes, you've got the hang of this. You don't want to get too close to these things. Run away and hit it at range. Well done. Let's put it back to bed. And this thing just turns around and just skittles back into here. And then the door closes.
Well done.
Oh, that was exciting.
A good team effort.
Yeah, when in doubt, do one.
Yeah, we don't run away often enough, do we?
No, apparently we should have been doing this the whole time.
Right. Okay.
Let's not stand too close to a door, eh?
You've got 3 numbers left. 1, 2, and 4.
1, 2, 4.
Dak,
Let's
1,
do
2, or 4?
1.
I push 1.
Push 1. You push the brass button with a number 1 on it. And it sinks into the brass pedestal. Take your finger off and it gradually rises back up again. You hear this click and whirring. And behind you, you hear a door open. And you see a large size wooden carved troll sitting behind this door. His large eyes is made of wood dyed slightly green. It is well carved and has the word troll painted on its chest. The wood carving is a bit rough and bumpy on purpose to stimulate the troll's look. Could you make a initiative roll, please?
Nice.
Can we just clear? I need to clear this one first.
Oh, yes.
Clear, everybody. There we go.
Hey, I got a good one.
I got the same.
Awesome.
Ah!
That is middle of the road.
Oh,
Which is bad for Fab.
Oh, on fire! So,
Why are our
Jordan.
initiative scores decimalised?
so it's if you've got people with the same score, you know who goes first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so it gives people about 0.01 attack if an extra. So somebody's got the same initiative score but has a higher dexterity, they'll go first. So Jordan, what are you going to do? You see this troll standing up. It's a wooden effigy of a troll.
DM, could you ping on the map which gate it came out of?
Top one, isn't it?
Thank you.
Oh my god, it's
It's made of wood.
Wreck.
you say?
Donkey! Get out
Oh,
of my
any-
swamp, donkey!
One person can make a history roll.
Certainly not me.
Not it.
I can
Nope.
do that.
One person, please.
I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Skill check. Oh no, I did the wrong thing. I will get the hang of this eventually. That one. Oh, that's a 7.
No. Okay.
My rolls are terrible today.
So what are you going to do?
You said it
Jordan,
was made
go
of wood.
first.
You said it was made of wood.
What are you going to do?
I am going to move a bit away from it, and I suppose I will take a dodge action because I don't actually know yet.
You're going to take a dodge action, yeah?
Yes.
So you're going to stay there and you're going to take a dodge action.
Yeah, I've moved slightly away from where I was, but yes, where I am, I'll take a dodge.
Yep. Okay. I think I need on here. Can I put on the grid so you can see what your movements are?
I've
okay.
got a grid up already.
Yeah, that's just the that's just the tiles. This is actually the movement grid. Okay. So is that all you're doing? So you're dodging, yeah? Okay, Dak,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'm going to flaming sphere it.
Hey.
Go for it.
Yeah.
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 So I'll yeah, just on it, in it, just yeah.
There you go.
What? Nice.
That's wicked.
Flaming star.
I actually can't see anything.
You can't see the sun?
No.
Aw.
It's just the sun.
That's...
So where are you going to do it? Where are you going to put it?
I will put it next to him and then just like try and move into his space. I can't, but try to.
Okay. So you're going to move. You can move. You can control that.
I actually can't see it to control it.
You can't see it.
No.
Can the rest of you see it?
Yep.
Yes.
We're having problems, aren't we?
Yeah.
Let me get a. What about that? Can you see that?
Ah, now I can.
Yeah, that's a different one. Okay,
Yeah,
you got that.
yeah.
So put it where you want it to go.
Oh. Come on, let me move it.
I don't think you can this one. I'll have to make it so you can.
Everything's fighting.
Controlled by Dak. There we go. Now you can move it.
Aha! There we go.
Bang. Okay.
Yeah.
What does he have to do then?
Dexterity save of 13, please.
Do it now or at the start of his go?
If you ram the sphere into a creature, that creature must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage. The sphere stops moving on this turn. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. So is that two separate things, or is that... I don't know.
Okay, so saving throw, yeah?
Yes, dexterity, yeah.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
5.
Oh, okay, he fails that then. So
Okay, he fails, and you hear him scream in pain. And how much damage do you do?
2d6, so 5
5 damage, yep.
fire damage, yeah.
Okay, so you can see him get a bit scorched, and he roars. "Arr!" And this is sort of artificial voice that comes out of this wooden troll. Okay, the troll now goes. He jumps through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he swings at you, Jordan, because you're the closest.
Yay!
And he rolls a 16 to hit.
Yes, that hits just.
Okay. Okay. So he hits you, and he does 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
I was holding a dodge. Or does that not count because of the?
Have a dodge, absolutely. So he gets another roll. That's a good point. 13, 12, 15.
No, then, because armor class is 16.
And you manage to dodge out of the way as this wooden arm goes over your head, and you duck out of the way. Okay, Fabius. Fabius.
Fabius.
Fabius.
Dean 20. Hello, I'm speaking.
Yeah, we got you again.
We got you there.
I don't know why I keep rubbish internet today. Right. As I said, I'm going to move behind this
I'm going to
creature.
stop the music in case that's slowing things down a bit. Yeah, okay.
And I am going to attack it.
Are within a range of that flaming sphere. So
Only if I end my turn there.
only if you end your turn, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll move afterwards. So I'm going to take the flanking attack.
Yep.
So that is a natural 20.
Oh!
Hey!
Nice.
For it.
Quick question. I've got my subtlety is made of adamantine, and that's it's a critical when it hits animate object.
Inanimate object.
That doesn't really matter. So ignore me. This is an animate object. So that is 4, 9, 12 plus 6, which is 18.
So Fen, what we're doing with
6,
critical
4.
hits, they're more dangerous. Basically, you get your maximum damage dice plus another roll with a critical hit,
Yeah,
which is lethal if you are a rogue.
yeah.
So that is 32 points of piercing damage. Oh, bugger! Sorry, I forgot. I'm level 5 now.
Yeah.
So that's 40. That is 46 points of piercing damage.
How much extra did you just do there?
I rolled a 6 and I gave myself another 6.
Bloody hell. Okay.
So
So you managed to whittle away a lot of this. It's now looking decidedly injured. Okay, what are you doing?
I am going to made 5, 10, 30 to get out of the way of the flaming sphere.
Okay. And it is now Fen. What are you doing?
Well, I think I will be once again steadily backing away in a moment. But before that, I think I'll probably throw. I like the idea of fire, so I'll throw a firebolt its way. It's all made out of wood, is it?
It's all made out of wood.
Okay. Oh well, wood burns usually, so hopefully. There we are. That's a firebolt. Is that right? Has that come up as a?
You rolled a 12, so you
12.
missed it.
Ah dear.
You
And
missed
then
it.
I will move.
Right idea. Fire and acid against trolls. That's what stops them healing themselves. Pity you missed, though. Yes, and another top up. Thank you.
Is he slurring yet?
No, that'll be later on. Okay. Who's next? So, Bazir.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to run in because I want to hit something.
Yep.
Do I see that he's carved into him? Fab was here in that turn.
You've seen that he's taking a lot of damage, and there's a great big hole in his back from the adamantine dagger.
Okay, so I'm going to attack, and I'm level 5 now, so I get extra attack.
And you're also flanking as well.
Yeah.
And I'm flanking. Okay, so let's do this one at a time then,
Attack
so I
with
know what's up.
advantage.
Cool. Okay, so the first one is going to be a 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, and then the next one is going to be a natural 20.
That's a
Oh yeah.
Nice.
hit. Okay.
Okay, So that's going to be right. So let's do this. So that's going to be that.
So 2d8 plus 20.
2d8 plus 20.
It's 6d12, and you get an 8 for your crit.
I'm going to take your word for it. So 2d8
So
plus
you
20.
get plus 6 on each of your hits.
I do indeed. So that's 14 plus 20, so that'll be 34.
Okay. So you chop one of its legs off. It is wobbling. You can see some strings inside, and it looks slightly bemused as much as a wooden effigy can, and it is really, really just about to fall over. Warmball, what are you going to do?
How weak does it look?
It looks like if you blow on it, it'll fall over.
I'll throw a leak at it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. If this thing survives.
You throw a leak at it. Okay.
Can I do it?
So this is an improvised weapon. So that's a normal dexterity throw, please.
Certainly.
I really
That is,
hope it kills
14
it.
plus.
Oh, so much.
It's 15 to hit.
Okay, so you throw a leak at it, which hits in the middle of the forehead, and it falls back, and it's onto the floor, and both its arms and legs fall off.
Leaks to death.
Oh, death by leak.
And the duck goes. Meh, 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 meh.
I will go
You
retrieve
have
the
to drop
leak.
your staff to actually do that, because your hand is one of your hands, of course, has got your staff in. The other hand has got the duck.
Yeah, I guess so. Yes, I will use Mage Hand to collect both the leak, and
Okay.
and obviously pick up the staff.
Yes. Ah, well done. I've never seen death by Earth. Well, I think that's quite interesting, really. Wonderful. I'll have to write that down in my book. Well, just hold on a second. Yes, wonderful. Now, normally would expect the troll to start regenerating by now, but because you did fire damage, well done. You passed that test. Nick. Go for it. Okay, so there's this dead troll on the ground. Wooden troll.
Jack, could you move that fire to a different door? We have a 50-50 chance.
Well, I can move it sort of in the middle.
Okay, cool.
So what are you doing?
What numbers have we got left? 2 and 4, isn't it?
2 and 4.
2 and 4.
Someone
Mike,
else.
is
Two
the
and,
troll,
2 and 4
has
is
the
left.
troll still on the floor outside, or is it moved somehow back into the...
No, it's still out here. No, it's still on the floor, sort of in pieces. I was just getting it out of the way.
Could I examine it to see what the magic was that brought it to life, or...
Okay, make an Arcana roll for me.
Find. Oh, so should I? If I hang on, bear with me. Here we go. Skill check. Oh, I see. Oh, that's not work. 18.
18. You see that the magic that brought it to life is no longer there. There are some arcane sigils carved into the wood when you look closely. It is probably a degree of conjuration and transmutation magic, but you can't say much more than that.
No valuable catalyst left behind.
It will take you a while to actually look through that.
Okay.
You can try and look whilst the others are doing their stuff.
Yeah, I will then. I will spend a little time.
Okay, so the rest of you are playing with what you're doing, and Fen is now looking at this dismantled, whittled down troll on the floor. Okay, so we'll let you do that. So what number are you going to press?
Fab. So far, it's worked nicely with you doing it.
Oh.
You've been like the master button presser.
50-50. 50-50.
4.
Should I just mage hand it?
I've already plus 4.
Let's try number 2.
Number 2.
Oh, okay.
2. Okay. Let's see what's in. Let's see what's in this one. Okay. So, whilst I do this, you can all please roll for initiative.
Ooh. Oh, mine wasn't so great.
Hey, that's better.
Yay! Ah, you had to beat me, Jordan.
Jordan in with the huge numbers.
Oi, stop looking at his numbers. Mine should be good enough.
Have you all done?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, this door opens. And inside, you see another large wooden effigy sitting behind the door. Its large carved eyes that seem to spin in its head. The eyes are painted with spiral patterns. The rest of the wood is also dyed a tinted green colour. Its massive upper body dwarfs the smaller bottom half. It looks like a large bug upright on 2 legs with pincers on either side of its mouth. Across the centre of its chest reads the word Umber Hulk. Okay, one person can make an Arcana check for me, please.
Someone else do it because I've buggered up the last 2.
Definitely someone else.
Yeah, I'll do it if Fen is distracted.
I'm probably otherwise engaged. I'd probably be a good person to do it, but I think I'm too busy doing something else, aren't I?
Sure. Arcana, let me chuck that in. It's 23.
23. Well, you know about Umber Hulks. You know that they are underground. Now, you can spend your... I'm going to say your action is telling everybody this. Okay? You know that these are these dig tunnels underground. They have very powerful jaws, but the really dangerous thing with Umber Hulks is if you look into their eyes, they can cause a significant disorientation and confusion in the viewer. And you've heard tales of people defeating this. What they have to do is avert their gaze from the actual beast. Okay.
I'll let everyone know.
So that will be your go doing all that. Jordan, what are you going to do?
Well, I am already facing the right way. I will just take a dodge action and avert my gaze.
Okay. You going to do anything else?
Probably not, no. I'll just wait and see.
Okay. Bazir.
Yes. Do I have on any of my armor or my shield or anything like that? Is there something reflective enough that I can look and get a fair idea of this creature is without looking directly at it?
You could try.
I would like to try because I don't really want to look in its eyes.
Okay, so you're going to look at it via a reflection.
If I can, yes.
Okay. Okay, make an intelligence roll.
Intelligence. Okay, we can do that. So I click on there and then go pop. Okay, that doesn't work. Never mind. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Intelligence. I get a 9.
A 9. Okay, so you find a shiny piece of your armor, and you look at it. And can you make a charisma saving throw for me, please?
Saving throw.
Charisma.
Yep, I get a 15.
You are fine. The eyes spinning seem to captivate you, but you shake it off.
Oh, even through the reflection.
Even through the
dear.
reflection.
Okay, what I will do then is I will use some movement. Have I used my action to do that?
No, you've just interacted with an object.
Okay, so I will move to here and then I will hold an attack action should it come close.
Okay. And it is now Fabius.
I
So we're losing you again.
am going to move adjacent. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Brilliant. I am going to not look thingy, and I'm going to throw a bag of what are they called? Ball bearings on
Okay.
the floor.
Okay, so you're not going to look. So you're averting your gaze.
So,
Okay.
so I'm looking at my feet, but I'm going to throw this bag ahead of me,
Where are you
roughly
going to throw it?
where I
Put
know
a
this
mark where
thing
you're gonna-
is.
Put your finger when you're going to do it, like that.
Yeah. Oh, even better. Hold on.
No, because you don't know where it's going to go yet.
Oh,
You're not looking.
oh, good point. Ignore that. So yeah, there is where I was aiming for.
Sorry, where? There. Okay,
There.
can you roll a D8 for me, please?
A D8, yes I can.
And then a D4.
So that is a 5 on the D8 and a 2 on the D4.
Okay, so, and it's it covers a 5 square, a square, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to put ball bearings there. Okay,
Perfect.
diverting your gaze.
And
One ball.
I'm going.
Sorry, Fabius, anything else? Sorry.
Yes, I am going to use my bonus
So we're losing you again.
Bonus to something or other.
action to dash and move 5. I'm going to move 30 feet away using my bonus action.
Okay, cool. Okay, one ball.
I'm gonna.
Sorry, Fabius, go on.
I was going to say I'm going to hang up and call. Can I do that in Zoom?
You're going to what,
You-
sorry?
You should be able to rejoin with a link.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I just rejoin if I hang up? I'm going to see if I
So,
can
yeah.
reset my connection.
Yeah.
Hopefully that improves it. Yeah, I'll be right.
Right, throw him in the pit. One ball.
Womble, if he can, would like to move, I think, to about here, I think is where it is.
Yep.
Actually, no, he's not.
You're diverting your gaze.
Sorry, no, I completely ignore that. Where was I? There, I think.
Yeah, if you
Um,
press X, it will take you. It'll show you what your movement is.
Oh, that's helpful.
do the
Do I
cube.
have to click on my...
Or if you do Control
Ah!
Z, it will undo your movement.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Instead of that, do you have to look it directly in the eye to hit it? Can't you just look at its hulking mass?
Nope.
Okay.
You have to avert your gaze.
I have to avert my gaze.
Yeah.
Womble will do something completely crazy and pull out a scroll from my scroll book. My scroll, what do you call it?
Case.
Yeah.
Scroll case, that is the one. Thank you. And he is going to pull it out and he's going to read the incantation on there and aim the magical power in this direction, kind of trying to get it within this enclosure.
Yeah.
He is casting Fireball,
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
hopefully within here.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you cannot you can't if you can't see where you're actually going to aim it. So you will have to look at him to do that.
Fine. Womble will look at him.
Okay. Could you make a charisma saving throw for me, please?
Certainly. Saving throw.
Yep.
Come on, click on Womble, saving throw. Charisma, that's 22.
Oh, no problem. That would have been funny. You fireballing your entire group. Okay, so you see its swirling eyes looking at you, and with your insane state, you just think, that's what my eyes look like. Launch
Crazy
the
doesn't
fireball.
affect crazy.
You read the scroll, and which dissipates into dust in your hand, and this mote of fire traverses the area and goes into that little alcove where this umber hog is and hasn't moved yet, and explodes within that. What's the radius, please, of a
It's
fireball?
20 feet. It's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. So you're going to be in here. So out of this alcove that is in, a huge gout of flame erupts. Dak,
Yes,
make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
I can. Saving throw.
Fabius says he needs to be lit into the thing.
19.
Let me just let Fabius back in. There we go. He should be in. Okay.
Hey,
So, Fabius, are you back?
I'm back.
So we've
I am
had
back. Can you hear me better now?
yes.
So far.
So Wombat launched a fireball into that alcove and avoided the confusion gaze of the Umber Hulk and has exploded. And all those ball bearings on the ground in front of that space have shot towards you, Dak, but you managed to dodge behind the pedestal as they ping off.
Ah,
Back.
friendly fire.
Friendly fire.
Not to Merrick.
Okay.
Do we to roll for damage? Oh, sorry, he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Of 15.
I'm going to give him disadvantage in that because he's actually in a small space. Oh, sorry, saving throw. Saving throw. Failed miserably. So he's exploded into little pieces, and blimey, you're destroying my toys.
Is it dead?
I meant people avert their gaze, but you just look at it and blow it to pieces. What a interesting way. This is the duck that helps you.
Yes, it's the dungeon delving duck. So fetched.
Duck. I've only heard of the Duck of Doom. This is. I have to write this one down. Yes, thank you. This is quite entertaining. There's nothing else on tonight, so I'm enjoying this. Ta-ra for now. Okay.
Womble is horrified. As his bonus action, he just kind of looks at his hands like.
Okay, and there is a billowing cloud of smoke now, which is just hovering in the ceiling in this place. That's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
It was just frightening.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you, DM.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got one door left.
One door to go.
Right, well, I'm going to move my fireball directly in front of that door.
Is it? Do you think you still got time for that? Got it for?
It is up to a minute.
I think probably you're out of time now.
Yeah? Okay.
Can Fen do an investigation roll for me, please?
Yeah. $24.
24. Okay, well, you managed to pull out from this destroyed troll about 3 copper pieces worth of wire and arcane material. Most of it is pretty unfunctional at the moment. But you use a few bits. You can use some as spell components. The copper wire you could use for your message, for instance.
Child's play.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Push the 4th button.
Oh, he just pushed.
You push the 4th button. Okay. Let me just open up this thing for you. So you're all standing back then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're all standing back. You push the 4th button. There's a click. And this door down here just opens a little bit.
Anyone got any more fireballs?
No.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Fen, can you do that thing I just did?
What? Talk to ducks?
No.
Leads?
The much easier thing of igniting an entire room in a 20-foot sphere or cube with fire.
No, nothing so inflammatory.
No, so we'll both have to buy some scrolls for them. Brilliant.
What?
So you're going to room number 4. I put a lot of time down. I think you'll enjoy this one. Room number 4. Now, not every encounter you face will be one that you may prevail over. Or maybe it can be prevailed over. Let's see how you handle this scenario if you came across it in a dungeon. Yes! Lovely. Can I have some of the red? Thank you.
I better,
word.
I better,
Before
I
we
better
go
get a
in,
glass
should...
of that once this is all finished.
What can we see before we even enter the room?
There is you're right back away at the moment. The door is unlocked and just slightly ajar, but nobody's close to it, so nobody can see anything at the moment.
before we go in, should we just inspect these alcoves?
No, because I don't want to deal with that gelatinous cube again.
Yeah, stay away from him.
Okay. Oh god, all right.
One more.
Spells, where are they? Yes. Hello, my husband.
Well, why do you have a duck?
Why don't you have a duck?
Why do you have a duck?
Why don't you?
Uh,
So,
The duck is actually slightly terrified about all this explosion and noise and stuff. It's planning to get out of its cage.
Dak, I'm gonna need you to come down at some point. You said that these are really good in battle.
I mean, they're a good snack if you get hungry on
What
the way through a
do
dungeon.
not talk about Sir Fetched in that way.
Well, that's not why you brought him here.
No. He is to look after this, and I'll open up my satchel and say, this bag of very precious leeks. Do you want to take one? You'll need it.
For what?
If you die, you can take all your stuff with you. Talk to Fabius about it. He told me about it. He's been to the other side.
Oh, Fabius told you. Right, yep, I get it.
And Dak as well. They were both...
Yep. Makes complete sense.
Baz, I really think you should take a leak, and I'll take a leak out of my bag, and I'll kind of try and slot it into his armor. Just ram it in there.
Okay, well you can do so. Bazir, you're going to let him do that?
I don't want to hurt him, so yes.
Okay. You got some leak in you at the moment.
Good.
Any sort of mess on his exterior armor, Womble will press the digitator away.
Okay.
I think you might be leaking a bit.
Yeah, but say you sprung a leak.
Hey.
Anyone else? Would anyone else like a leak?
Maybe later.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
no.
make sure I put a leak on your bed before you go to sleep tonight, just in case.
Thank you.
Well, on the pillow, you know.
On the pillow, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
You understand?
So,
Like
Fen,
colour
what do you think about your new travel companions?
I think they're crazy.
You're right.
You're a
Nailed-
good
na-
judge of character, sir.
He nailed it.
Fen, you're next.
Okay, I'm going to come and look at this door, and on the way past Dak, I'll say, I blame you for this.
As you should.
Bloody duck.
As you should.
It seems like Fab has got there before me.
So you're going to go to the door.
While everyone else is engaging in the usual antics, I'm just peeking through the door.
Okay.
What? Okay.
So, what you look through the door, and you see inside. Can you actually see through there?
Yeah, I can.
My goodness.
What you see,
Yes.
what you see is a
Yes,
throne
I
room
A big ass dragon.
with. It's a carefully created scene. A throne room is set up with small wooden effigies spread through the room, look like small dragon people. And at the far end, a large dragon sits before
Yeah.
you atop a pile of gold coins. A door behind the dragon is shut. Seems to be the only way outside of the room.
I will lean in to Fabius and say, now is not the time for light-handed fingers.
Yes. Do not steal anything.
Who is looking at the room at the moment?
Who is what, sorry?
Who is looking in at the room?
I think most of us are, aren't we?
To be fair,
one
yeah.
person please make an Arcana roll.
Who wants to do that?
Go ahead, Fen.
One of our spellcasters, please.
Okay, I'll do it. Skill check. 9.
9. Well, you haven't had much experience with dragons. So this is a copper-looking dragon or brass-looking dragon in front of you. It's lying there on a pile of coins.
Quite literally, I talk the talk, but I do not walk the walk.
Sounds like a very similar wizard we never knew.
What? Not talk, I know what you're talking about. Yes, that was fantastic.
I've missed that.
Oh,
Yeah,
me too.
Okay, so what are you doing? You're just standing there.
Dak, you've got the
The
ability to
dragon
talk
is
to
not moving. Seems to be in slumber.
So I feel like sneaking is an option for most of us, except for me.
Sorry,
Dragons are very
I'm
clever
eating cake.
creatures.
Yes,
Perhaps we
I've been.
could just talk with it.
I was going to say,
Well-
Dak, you've got the ability to talk to animals. Why don't you just ask it if we pay it some gold if we can walk past?
I don't have that ability today.
Why not both?
I think we could just. Fabius, you've talked about dragons a lot. What can you tell us?
They're big bastards. I hate them. They've ruined my life.
But don't say that too loud.
Should we fuck him up then?
No. You don't fuck up a dragon.
Well, there's
But
The dragon fucks you up.
my best guess is this isn't a real dragon, because how would they keep a dragon in here without it killing everyone?
While true, let's act as if it is a dragon for now.
Fen, before we both go in, do you have? I've got these two scrolls here called. It's from Gilmore, who is an incredible, amazing, glorious wizard sorcerer man, and they're called Detect Magic Scrolls. I'm just wondering whether you can do anything of the same. And I'll take out a scroll from my scroll case, and I'll hand him a Detect Magic scroll so he can see whether or not it's familiar to him.
I will hand it straight back and say, yes, that's a fairly basic spell, dear fellow. I think I have that capability.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shots fired!
But do you not do you not think everything is magical around here? This is some kind of arcane university, is it not?
Yeah, but my magic isn't learned. My magic is natural. So I don't really know too much about this. It tells me detect magic, and I feel like that room's magical. So maybe I'll give you some insight. I don't know. I've only used it once and it messed me up.
You are blessed that
While
you carry magic.
while everyone is discussing their magical ability, comparing sizes, in a sense, can I try and sneak through the door and hide
So these little effigies are about 2 feet tall.
behind this statue?
It's about 2 feet tall. They're very small. Little dragon people. So you
If I got
you sneak in. So can you put yourself in?
Yep.
And the dragon opens an eye.
I'm going to get prone
And
behind the...
its neck lifts up. And it looks at you. This is... Have you seen dragons before?
Oh, I have seen dragons before.
This dragon... You've seen the dragon... You saw Umbrasil. You saw Umbrasil, a black ancient dragon who was almost feline in its movements. This thing, you can as you come in, you can see it lift up. You can see cogs in it. And it's quite robotic in its movements. I have a visitor. Hello. What do you want?
I'm just going to turn around the door and say, it's not a real dragon, you can come in there. I don't want
I am a real.
to talk to this thing. Can someone else
Dragon.
do it?
So you all come in, yeah?
Sure.
Yeah, wondering why the Dragonborn is taking so long to...
Sorry, I am moving. I'm moving.
Oh, it's a technology thing, not a...
This seems like a Womble situation.
I see
No.
you have my brethren. And he speaks in Draconic. What do you want?
We would like to pass through to that door behind you, I reply in Draconic.
I have been told not to let people pass.
I'll say to it in Draconic, is there a password?
And he tilts his head to the side, and it makes a slightly scraping noise. No, there is no password.
Some bargaining chip then?
And he tilts his head to the other side and looks at you.
I'll ask why.
Can you bargain?
Gold.
And he looks down. Gold, I have plenty.
Always have more.
How about, and I'll pull out the Pearl of Power. How about a magical item?
Oh. And he looks at it. That would be nice.
If you give all of us safe passage past, I will gladly give this to you.
And you can see it's just his neck which is moving. The rest of the creature is stationary. Make a persuasion roll.
Certainly. Skill check. Oh, I've got to select thing. Skill check. Persuasion. It's a 20.
A pearl of power. I'm not sure I have use for that, but it intrigues me. Yes. I think the headmaster would let you through for the pearl of power.
If you accept.
Bring it to me and let me have a look at it. And his head, this room is actually quite tall. It's about 30 feet tall. And his head now, his neck extends upwards and he's looking down at you. Bring it to me.
Womble will very, very cautiously.
And as you see that, you can see almost a bit of smoke coming out of its nostrils.
Womble, can I do an insight check before Womble moves forward?
Okay. What are you trying to insight on?
Whether he is kind of gearing up to fire.
Do you know dragons?
I don't know dragons, but I know.
Okay, well, you make an insight roll, please, with disadvantage.
Certainly. If I roll that one and then do another one, insight. There we go. 4.
Well, no, because if you do it, you get 2 numbers come up.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, 8.
So this is 8. So you don't know.
So Womble trusts it completely. So he will very cautiously, with his head lowered, as he kind of takes a step, the pearl comes out of the bag.
Yeah.
Takes another step forward. He won't walk onto the gold.
He's looking at you, and his head comes down to your level.
Yeah, I'm not stepping on the gold. I'm just before the tip of the gold pile, and I'll head lowered.
And the rest of you are just standing back watching, yeah?
No, I'll get my crossbow ready.
Fabius, what are you doing?
I am using the distraction attention to ready my crossbow.
Okay.
I hate dragons.
What do you,
I'd like to look at the effigies a bit more as you're doing that.
Okay. So make an investigation roll, please.
Skill check. Oh, 8.
8. Well, they just look like normal wooden dragon people. They've all got slightly different poses. But they don't look anything special. Jordan, what are you doing?
I am going to be waiting to see what happens to Womble.
Okay, so you're prepared. What action are you going to prepare, if anything?
I am going to prepare I'm going to do an attack one, because if he's going to attack Womble, then if he comes near me, I'll attack.
What, with your crossbow?
I'm gonna go swords.
Well, you can't. You're not next to him, so you couldn't.
Okay, yeah, crossbow then.
Okay, so you've readied your crossbows. Okay.
Yeah.
And Bazir, what are you doing?
I am watching the dragon very closely as a warrior would.
Okay.
See if he makes an immediate action or if there's a weakness to be found.
Okay, so you go up to the dragon, Womble, with the Pearl of Power proffered on your open hand. And his head comes right down to you. You know, his head is the size of your entire chest. As so you can get your entire body inside its head. It's that big. And he looks at you and he says, "Put it on my pile, and I will consider letting you past."
Me and my friends.
Yes, that is the deal.
Anywhere specifically?
And he lords down. Just here will do fine. And there's almost like a little cup, a gold cup in this area around here.
Womble will put it where he is directed to.
Okay. Okay.
Place it down.
That is a deal.
Sweet. Can we go?
Do you trust me?
Well, yeah. I have no reason not to trust you.
You may pass.
Okay. And Womble, with the utmost confidence, will raise his head, not look at the dragon, and just walk around the pile of gold.
Yep.
As he gets here, he'll turn around back to the group, walk around
I am following.
to the door.
Okay. And there's a door. And behind you, there's a click where that door is.
Dragon's still moving. Was he shut off?
He's just looking in front.
Interesting. If
When we
I-
get round the back, are there obvious workings and mechanisms to see?
You're going to have a look at him.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
And
look at him, and his head turns around to look at you. You may pass too. Make an investigation roll. Or an Arcana roll. One of the either one.
Oh, investigation 19.
Okay, well, you look and you see gears turning. Inside, you can see a faint blue glow on the Arcan source. Gears are turning, and every second or so, there's a slight whoomph as something moves, and his head turns and follows you. You may pass.
Okay.
The door clicks and opens.
So does the head
I'm
come
good to go.
right round to us as we're now at the door?
No,
It goes through 360, does it?
no, it just stays there. And then he puts his head down onto its gold pile and goes to sleep.
Seems churlish to upset the beast further.
Never met us then.
Okay.
Yeah, Baz was pretty terrified. He left that room quick.
I'm going to throw a ball bearing at it and then quickly dash through the door.
Oh, why would you do this?
Always someone who has
Bounces
to
off it, and it doesn't take any notice.
Door.
poke the bear.
Okay, Womble,
Piece of garbage.
you
Yes.
feel something in your hand. You look down, and your Pearl of Power is back in your hand.
Amazing. Womble has erased that from his memory and his character sheet, and he can't undo it. So, excellent. So I have it back, but I assume it is not attuned.
It hasn't been out of your hand for very long.
Okay.
That was a way of doing it. That's quite a gift you gave to the beast. You can have it back, though.
I love you.
Well, I love you too, and I think. Have you read my book yet? Haven't I told you I've got a wonderful book?
Yes. Well, I read your
4
book.
pieces each.
Yes, well, I saw that very inspiring piece that you had written about giving your most important piece up from your signed book that you gave me. So I was very
yeah.
inspired.
Yeah, that's why you're doing so well now.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so you get into another space now. Through the next door, the party enters a large... Let me switch off the gears, please. The party enters a large, cavernous room. And then, I'm not going to do the voice again, because... actually, yes, let's do the voice. No, I'm not going to do the voice again. Merrick's voice explains that not all explorations in the real world will be cut and dry, and that the pool of water could have dangers lurking inside it, and the true dungeon wouldn't be forgiving. So what you see is, at the opposite end of the room, you can see a locked gate. Beyond that, you surmise, is the exit from the testing chambers. However, you can also see, a keen eye can also see a lock 20 feet below the waterline in the pool in the centre of the room. The water in the pool seems to be moving in a swirling pattern, making you know that the water is likely to be very rough. And also, this room is very, very, very tall. About 100 feet up along the wall on the east side, you see a shelf with a key, a large key on it.
Okay, first things first.
So let me just show you, let me just go through this room with you. Okay, so it's round. It is very tall. It's about 150 feet tall. So imagine a grain silo. There is like a central well here in the middle. About 20 feet below the water line, the surface here, there is a pool of water, which is swirling. And looking in there, you can see there is a lock in there. The room is otherwise bare.
I am
I'm going to assume that Mage Hand
going
can't
to go
work in
over
water.
to the door first.
So Fabi goes to the door. What are you going to do with the door? So does everybody
First things first, is there a...
need to be, please?
Pardon?
Everybody in the room as they are. So when the fireball blows up, I know who gets hit.
Does anyone have
Right,
underwater
I am-
breathing?
No.
Nope.
Does Mage Hand work in water?
Yes.
Take the key with Mage Hand, put it in the lock.
Okay.
How high up was the key?
100 feet high.
Ooh.
And the walls are rough stone brick. So Fabius, what are you doing?
First things first, I'm going to examine this lock. Is this something which can be picked?
Make a. Are you going to try and pick it?
No, I'm going to see if the lock can be picked. I get the
Okay,
feeling
make an
that this
investigation
is
roll, for me, please.
unpickable. Investigation. That is a 20 total.
Okay.
Sorry, 18 total.
You feel that probably this lock has more than just simple mechanics behind it.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case. Right.
Well,
100
So-
foot up, did you say? Key
About 100 feet up, yeah.
resting on?
On a
Is
small
it like a
shelf,
wood-
very small wooden shelf, about 100 feet high. You can see the tip of a large key.
well, I can go and get the key if Mage Hand can't because it's out of range or whatever.
It's out of range. Can I use one of my scrolls again? Can I use a detect magic scroll?
You certainly can.
Brilliant. I shall. I will use it. Do I see, feel, or hear anything?
Okay, so
coming
you
at
pick up the
this
scroll
plane?
and you read the arcane runes, and the scroll just dissipates into dust, and almost like there's a wind you can't feel, which takes the dust away and blows it into nothingness. Your eyes now have a slight blue tinge to them, and you can see on Jordan there is a slight glow in his quiver on his back when he's got Gilmore's quiver. A Bazir sword in his scabbard is lit up. Fen, have you got anything on you which would light up with the detect magic?
Well, I mean, I have a staff that is my arcane focus,
So
but
nothing
that's
particularly
not
lights up on you. Dak has, you can see in his pouch there is a slight glow shaped of as like a sycamore seed. And Fabius, again in his backpack, much forgotten, which could have stopped him dying, of course, there is a small mechanized glow.
Is that it?
In the room, the 4 torches around are glowing brightly.
Mhm.
These are you recognise these as ever burning torches. There is a slight abjuration and evocation in the water below you, and the whole room has a abjuration feel to it. Very, very slight.
What's abjuration for again?
Yeah, I will relay that back to Fen.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. The whole room has a slight transmutation feel to it.
Yeah, I will relay that back to Fen.
Now, it doesn't mean anything to anybody apart from
Abjuration is
Fen,
bang
who may
bang
understand
explosive
that.
magic.
Yeah, so I'll go over there and... Actually, no, I won't. I'll use a cantrip that I very rarely use and use the message cantrip. But I have no components, so I use the arcane focus. That is the Morris dancing stick with Sherry's kiss on it. And send a message over to him and say, this room is transmutation magic and the pool is 2. Does that mean anything to you?
only that the key may not simply be a physical one to leaving this room.
Brilliant.
Oh, good. I'm glad that was helpful.
Yes, I know exactly what to do. And one will fall asleep.
So Womble becomes catatonic and just
Yep.
lies down and falls asleep. Okay, so what's the rest of you doing? Jordan, what are you going to do?
I will wait and see what happens and take a dodge action because I don't think there's much else I can do at the moment.
Okay, so what are you going to do between you?
So, do we think we need the key?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone got any ideas how to get it?
Well, I would suggest somebody climbs the wall. Don't worry.
Maybe.
If you fall, I will be able to catch you.
Why don't you just transform into a spider?
Yeah, I can only do that once more without having a rest. I just wanted to make sure we didn't have any other options first.
Throw a javelin at it.
I mean, I could go and climb if you want.
I don't know, 100 feet is a long way to climb.
It might be more useful to turn into something. Can you turn into something aquatic?
I can't remember if do I have a swim? It's just a fly speed I don't have at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, you get flying speed at level 9, I believe.
Yeah, so I can turn into something that swims. That's not a problem.
Percy's very sneakily in full plate armor going for the duck.
Womble is Fane playing asleep.
Okay, so Bazir, can you make a stealth roll for me, please? Disadvantage.
It's always disadvantage. Oh god, that's
You
even
sound like a teapot.
-1 as well.
See if you can convince the duck to go and get the key.
This is 6, which isn't bad for -1 and disadvantage.
So you can still hear the whirring and creaking of the cogs from the dragon, but superimposed on that is the clunking and clanking of Bazir as he walks towards Womble.
Well, we'll stand upright. Literally, like, just kind of, the really cool thing where you kind of jump off your back onto your feet.
Ah, yes.
Okay,
Like
could you make an acrobatics roll for me then, please?
Certainly.
Natural one.
Skill check. Come on, Womble. Skill check. Acrobatics. It is an 11.
Well, you try and do that, and you fall backwards a bit and stumble. So it's not quite as fantastic as you thought it would be, but you managed to get yourself upright.
That's good, because that'd have been terrifying for an old man to have just done that all of a sudden.
You forget, he's very flexible. Hence all the cartwheels. Hello, Baz. The
Husband.
betrayer. Can I help you?
So you love the giant lips in the sky. I heard you say earlier.
Sorry, what? Sorry, what?
You said you loved the giant lips in the sky.
Yes.
And I've been talking to us.
Yes. Can we not do this in public, please, Baz?
Well, you did do it in public, didn't you?
Yes, but I'm allowed because you're the husband of the relationship. I'm not.
To be fair, we haven't actually defined this relationship yet.
Let's take this elsewhere. We're in a professional environment right now, Baz.
Okay. We should deal with this first. We need to get the key,
Someone is sleeping in the doghouse tonight.
and then we'll talk.
Oh.
That sounds like a whole session.
It does, doesn't
It
it?
does. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Baz, for joining me on this journey.
Yeah. Yours two's next session is just the marriage counsellors.
Little did I know what was coming when you just went, yeah, we're married now.
Nor did I.
It's been a roller coaster ever since. Oh dear, man.
Anyhow, yeah.
Yeah, let's just concentrate on the problem at hand.
So sorry,
Apologies.
you were looking to see if you were aquatic or not.
Yes, I can turn into something that swims. I don't know how well I can operate a key while doing that. But,
Okay.
I can do that as I can go and get the key. So we just need to decide a plan of action that's going to make this as easy for us as possible.
Well, I'm quite happy to throw a javelin at the key. I think that should work, right?
What sort of range does Mage Hand have? Can we not just pick the key up with Mage Hand?
It has,
100 feet is a long way.
Isn't
It only
it
has 30 feet.
30 feet, I think.
jinx. And I'll touch my staff.
That's not your staff, Womble.
That's just what he calls it.
Professional, guys. Professionalism.
Yeah, right. Okay. Right. Okay.
Should we just
No.
shoot it down?
Yeah. I mean, Baz, do you think you can throw a javelin that far, like straight up?
Yeah, I wouldn't stand underneath it. I'm confident I could do it though.
How difficult would it be to shoot
sure.
with a crossbow?
Ooh,
Because
well,
that's point and aim.
you've probably got better accuracy than me.
Really? I mean, I know I'm the ranger, but you want me to do rangery things?
Are floating platforms your preferred enemy by any chance?
Funnily
Shells. I hate shells.
enough, I hate keys on shells. To keep it specific. If you want, I can try and shoot it and see
Well,
what happens.
your shooting hasn't been as good as you with your spring daggers recently, so...
No, but they're off being silvered, so I can't really use them. Hence why I'm sort of
do you want me to try and snipe it down?
Sure. Why
Yes.
not?
Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah. Just in case. If you don't mind, Jordan,
go for it.
Womble will shoot on the bottom part of the platform, kind of angle it in a way that the key will launch itself forward.
Okay.
With
Make
an
an
Eldritch,
attack roll, please.
an Eldritch Blast.
Yay!
If you incinerate the key, it's not going to go well.
It is a 9. Oh no. And here comes the other one. It is an 11.
Okay, well you miss the platform and the Eldritch blast shoots from your fingers. It ricochets off the wall and goes and hits the ceiling, and some rubble falls down into the central water area.
Well, we'll go bow at Jordan and
A very
apologise.
quick question. Does anything happen to the rubble, or does it just sink to the bottom?
Well, you're going to go and have a look.
Yes.
Good.
You go in there and you just see the swirling water. You can't actually see the bottom, but you can see a lock in there.
Yeah, but can I see any remnants of the rubble, or has it literally
Have you got any light so you can actually see right to the bottom?
I can cast
You can't-
dark vision.
Sorry?
I can cast dark vision.
Were you going to?
Helps.
And that's
Okay.
10. you have anything?
I mean, you can ask if you want. I could get a torch out or something like that.
We'll dunk Nightbane in quickly.
I'm far too terrified of what might happen.
You can't get lightsabers where it doesn't do them any good.
Fen, do you have any like base magic?
Base?
Illumination magic.
Not really. I've got dark vision naturally, so light's less of an issue.
Okay. This is what I have over you then. Haha. Womble will cast light.
Okay. Cast light, yeah?
Yes.
Light. So it's 30 feet and 30 feet, isn't it?
Yep.
There we go. Save changes. Dong. So you've got light. Okay. What are you going to cast it on? On yourself?
Possibly.
Could you
I
cast
really
it
don't
up
want to
across-
put any magic inside of this thing. So, cautious. I'll touch the end of this rail on the other
What
side of the
about
rail.
Fabius? Why don't you get a ball bearing? One will cast light on the ball bearing. We've got the ball bearing into the water, so it illuminates the water as it sinks.
So the water's about 20 feet below the level of the chamber. Like a well.
Okay.
Okay, and is the lock in the water itself?
Yes, the rock is below the level of the water. There's a slight arcane glow to it, which is why you can see it.
Mainly just want to see if anything actually happens to anything that goes in the water, so that we don't end up dunking Dak in there and he dissolves.
Hey, wait. Why is Dak getting dunked in there?
You said you could do something about swimming, so
Well, yeah, but I haven't said I want to.
no, I'm looking out for you. You know, see if you don't dissolve.
Fabius, can I have a ball bearing, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you, Jordan. Your idea is amazing. And I will cast light on that ball bearing and drop it in.
So you drop it in, and it plops into the water, and you can see it get caught, and you can see the water swirling around like a slow whirlpool, and the light drops and drops and drops, and it gets greener and duller and greener and duller. And actually, the picture you see is like what you see now on the screen, which is a slight dullness right in the middle and quite a long way down.
Well, the water's safe to go for a swim, I think.
Hey,
Do you want to shoot down the key now, Jordan?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I have humbled myself upon for you.
There, get my words out. Before we just go assuming that this key is for the lock under the water, we should probably try it in the door first,
ooh, good idea.
Yep, if you've got
Just-
it, see what happens.
just in case.
Some out of the box thinking there.
Well, it's out
I
of the
will-
well thinking, really. But yeah.
I will take a shot at the shelf in the hope to knock the key down, and
Okay,
it is,
well, make a attack roll, please.
and it is a 16.
Okay, so you hit the shelf, and it ricochets off, and the shelf doesn't even move.
Bugger. Duck!
Can ducks fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir Mallard, Sir Fetch, sorry, does not fly. He is a caged dungeon delving duck.
If you were to take him out the cage, would he fly?
He will run away.
There's nowhere to run.
Well,
They might go in the pool. I mean, that could be interesting.
leave Sir Fetched out of this, please, people.
Well, we know the water's safe because it didn't dissolve the ball bearing.
I'll do it.
Shall I just go and get the key?
Yeah.
I'd quite like you to be our aquatic companion, though.
Yeah.
It looks like someone's going to have to go in there.
I'll
why
do
couldn't
both.
why couldn't it be fire? Yeah.
Fabius just said that he might try.
I can
Yeah.
climb and I can swim. I can do both.
If you want to try and climb to get the key, Fabius, I'll try and go down the well.
Okay, so Fabius,
I bought something which would come just in handy for this. Before I start climbing, I'm going to drink the potion of hill giant strength I bought a couple of weeks back.
Ah,
Okay, so you consume a potion of hill giant stuff. Your strength now, Rocket. You can see as this rather caustic liquid goes down, you can see Fabius's rather wiry frame start to bulge, and the biceps on his arm get enormous, and his wrist and hands grow to twice their normal size. almost a Neanderthalic feature on him, and he's looking well buff now. Your clothes are now exceedingly tight and rather uncomfortable.
Oh
But
my.
you can still move in them. But you're fortunately you bought rather voluminous clothing, so they would still fit. Your trousers are really rather tight.
Did it work? I feel the same.
Yeah, you look like you'd lift.
Oh,
It looks like you might be able
good.
to rip the doors off.
So,
Right, I'm going up,
shelves here.
and I will slam my massive arms into the wall and start climbing.
Okay.
Does it crack a bit like when the Hulk does it?
It does a little bit, and some rubble comes down as you put your hands into the bits of mortar. Could you make, please, a athletics roll for me, please?
Yes, I can. Should I
Should've
get my
just-
whopping +8
Should have just
Uh,
done like.
So that is 26 for the first
26.
roll.
So, and basically, you're putting your hands into the wall and making your own hand and foothold and creating a ladder as you go up. Bricks tumble down. Dak, can you just make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Yep. That one. 21.
21. You managed to avoid some of the mortar and bricks falling down. The rest of you are wisely keeping away. And Fabius climbs up 100 feet to the platform, this shelf. And you see this shelf is made of a material similar to your dagger. And you pick up this large brass key that's on there, and you come down easily. That was made
There
much
you go.
easier by your sudden boost in strength.
Right. I'm gonna go see this water then. Let's have a look. And I'm gonna move to the edge of this water pit.
Okay.
How deep is it?
So it's about 20 feet down to
How
the
deep is
water.
the
It's
drop
about 20 feet
between
below
here
that.
and the water?
Sorry?
Right. No, that's why I asked. Right. Who's gonna hold the rope?
Yep.
And I hurl the rope at Nazir with my 21 strength.
So Bazir, this bundle of rope comes towards you at a speed which is rather uncomfortable. Jordan, you need to duck as the rope flies over your space. And Bazir, you catch it, and you'll get thrown back about 5 feet by the strength of the throw. Fen,
Okay.
what are you doing?
Sorry, what? Were
Fen,
you,
what are you doing?
I am admiring.
Chaos.
Oh my.
I'm,
Warmboard,
I'm
what
feeling
are you
fairly
doing?
redundant at present.
Okay. So Fabius, you're standing there with rope, Bazir with the rope.
Right. I am going to start lowering myself down into the water.
Okay. So you will easily manage. Can you make an acrobatics roll just for fun?
Yes, I can. That is 10.
Easy, no problem at all. So you manage to lower yourself into the water. The water is cold, and as soon as your feet hit the water, they get swept away. But you're holding onto the rope.
Oh.
The rope itself
Right,
is being
and
swept.
how
It's starting to circulate.
So looking at this this pool, where is this keyhole in relation
It's about 20 feet down.
to me? Right. I am going to dig my arms into the wall and let go of the rope, and then start lowering myself into the water, trying to hold on to the side of the
Okay, what's your
wall as much as I
constitution?
can.
What's your
Constitution +2.
Plus
14.
2, so you've got 2 minutes
14.
holding your breath. Okay, so can you make an acrobatics, an athletics roll for me, please?
With pleasure. 18.
Okay, so combination of both sticking your hands into the bricks and mortar and pulling them out, and using your legs to kick against the current, you manage to go down 20 feet. You have the lock, the key in your hand. Could you make another acrobatics roll. Now you're down by the lock, please.
Acrobatics. Yep.
Sorry,
that
I beg
is
your
an 18
pardon,
plus
athletics
7.
or acrobatics, your choice. Either.
Oh, I'll do athletics at the moment because I get a high modifier. So that is a 26.
Okay, so suddenly the water picks up speed, but you hold on to with your one hand in the wall, your hand almost embedded into the stone beyond that, and the other with the key put it into the lock and you use that as leverage. You turn the lock and it moves, and it turns.
Oh, fantastic. I am going to start heading up out of the water again.
So you got the rope.
Is the rope sort of... I'm going to grab hold of the rope and start...
Okay, so make yourself one final acrobatics check for me, please.
Acrobatics? 15.
Or athletics. Oh, sorry, your choice.
16.
Okay, fine. You managed to crawl yourself out of the well, helped by Bazir with the rope. Probably didn't really need the rope. You've made your own footholds and things. You have damaged your shoes though. They've been basically you've kicked holes in the wall and the shoes in the end have been damaged. Whilst Fabius was in there, the rest of you heard a click from the door.
Oh, okay.
Right, wicked. Fabius, are you just climbing out, or am I dragging you out? What's going on?
He just climbs out.
He just
You
climbs
can
out.
just hear a dung, 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 dung.
Just holding onto this limp rope, like, oh.
Oh, well done! That was wonderful. That's one way of doing it. There's lots of ways. I've seen people do it in different ways, but that was really quite splendid. But you have really damaged my dungeon, haven't you? Oh, not far to go now. I'll see you shortly. Bye. I love that.
Fabius is just going to go up to Bazir quickly and say, can I try something while I'm like this? Because I won't have a chance again.
Oh, sure.
Can I try and pick you up?
Go for it.
I'm gonna try and pick Bazir up using my heightened strength.
Not a problem. Not a problem. You've got a strength of 21, I believe.
21 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, make an athletics roll. Just don't roll a 1.
Athletic. 19.
Easy. You pick him up. In fact, you only need to use your thumb and index finger on each side to pick him up.
Oh, so strong.
Okay. So
This is amazing.
One will have a front row seat to this.
So you go you get the door opens, the gate opens to the south of you, and it swings open, and you can see a small room on the back. There's a glyph on the far wall, surrounded by words, much like the entry to the academy. So every language you can speak, it's in words that you can understand, and the words say exit.
It's never that easy.
Easy.
Rarely.
Well, the words.
Go ahead, Jordan.
As I will very carefully enter the room looking for traps.
Okay, could you make a looking for traps? Yeah. Make
Yes.
the investigation roll, please.
Is 17.
Okay, so you stop everybody behind you and you scour the floor. It just looks like normal stone. You cannot see any suspicious changes in the floor or in the walls.
Mm-hmm. It looks clear, but I'm not fully trusting it.
Oh, I'm sure you did fine. Shall we go?
Yep, lead on, Hercules.
Okay.
when I walk in the room, can I say? Does it has it in every language? Does it?
Well, you
Is
think
this
about
what-
it, and what you can read, it sells it in Sylvan, it says it in Common, it says it in Elvish, and it says it in Draconian.
So
when you're thinking of that language, it says it in that language.
I see. Can I will say the word exit out loud in Elvish.
So Fen stands there, and he says a word which only Fabius understands. He says exit in Elvish. The rest of you think he's sneezing.
Fleshing.
Is this just a room?
It is apparently the exit.
But it doesn't appear to have an exit.
Apart
Is there a
from the
place your
writing, is there
hand
anything
here
else in the
thing?
room?
I will
So
raise
there's a
my
glyph
staff.
where this torch is. There's a glyph underneath it on the wall,
And it's the glyph that says the word
and
in the
around this glyph it says the word exit in all the languages that you know.
So someone just go and pull on the lantern.
You know, remember how you went into the academy? You put your hand on the glyph, and it and the bell went. Bells.
Bells.
Well, if no one else is going to do it, I will go up and I will.
Hold it! I'm just going to do. Oh, he's going to say I'm going to play with him again. Well done.
Nice.
Okay, I will see you soon. So what are you doing? Who's coming out? Who's coming out first?
I was just going to go up and touch the thing, the light thing, where the glyph is.
No! Wait! Don't! Something's.
See, when the
touched
ranger
it.
does things, right, and
Touched
bad
it.
things happen.
You touched it, and then there's a flash.
Good flash, bad flash.
There's a flash, and you're in darkness.
Black and Womble weren't in the room.
And Womble, you do not have light on.
I will cast dark vision on myself.
Hold it. No, you don't have light on. Good.
Hold it.
And Fab and the where is? We've lost Bazir. Bazir, you don't have light on either at the moment, do you?
No.
No. Okay. So. So there's a flash of light after Jordan touches the exit glyph, and you arrive in darkness. Who has dark vision?
Dak does.
Yes.
I can cast it on myself.
No, you can't. Who's got dark vision at the moment?
Fen does.
So does Dak.
Fen and Dak. Okay. You found yourself in a completely dark space. There was dankness. There was wetness. It's cold in here. Those who can see, which are Fen and Dak, you see that you're in a dank, wet room. There are barrels and boxes. The only things immediately here that you can see. The smell of death lingers in the air. And then something starts to shift and rises to its feet. And I'm going to stop there.
Cliffhanger.
Jordan, you just killed us all.
Probably. The ranger does rangery things and everything goes to pot.
That was a really fun session. I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed
Great.
That was awesome.
It was very entertaining.
I absolutely love Fen.
Yeah, me
Ben
too.
loves Fen. But Womble.
He's such a snob. It's brilliant.
Oh, I love it. I love the whole the accent and everything is amazing.
Okay. So at that, you finish the dungeon, the tester dungeon for Merrick. Something has gone wrong. Rather than being teleported back to his office to a welcome glass of something wet and relatively alcoholic, you find yourself in an area, in a tomb surrounded by death. The stirring in the chamber you're in cannot bode well. We shall find out what happens next time.